Okay, we're back. Gotta make some adjustments here right now. Put this to 1280 by 960, which is basically upscaled 240p to about 720p range. Center to screen. There we go. Okay, so hopefully everybody should be back. I'm going to refresh my Twitch dashboard. There we go, that's showing better. Hopefully nobody's looking at a stupid Twitch ad right now. For the love of God, I hate those things. Alright, let's fire up the game.
この世に悪があるとすれば、それは人の心だ。
Now here's the cool thing, okay? So, Super Nintendo worked in sound samples. You'd have to program in a sample into a computer, then transfer it over to the computer. Like, transfer the computer onto the system. And when you have a song that has, like, lyrics to it, like this opening song does, it took like 1,200 samples to make. So they'd break this song into 1,200 samples in order to put it into the cart, which is one of the reasons why this cart's so large. And yeah, unfortunately, T. Wallace, that's just, you know, downside of watching on the mobile. If you're watching it on a desktop computer, you block. That is the way to go. In fact, it's called uBlock Origin. Download that bad boy for Chrome. It's an extension. It's free. It stops Twitch ads, most importantly. So you will never see a Twitch ad unless they are running it direct, like the broadcaster is directly running it themselves. And I full-heartedly endorse this because I'm not seeing that revenue at all as a Twitch affiliate. Period. I don't see that whatsoever. That's basically Twitch going, oh, you're an affiliate? Okay, we can broadcast 1080p now if you want, and we're going to run ads on your channel, and you don't get any of the profit. So I am all for people running ad blockers on my stream, whatever. Just block those ads. Don't even have them bother. But if you're on cell phone, you're kind of SOL. Alright, so basically all I did, due to the whole problems, I had to, run outside and save real quick so I could turn off the system and try to get it working again, but I apologize, we're going to have a weird audio delay on the stream. RetroTink just sometimes screws up and does not like OBS whatsoever. It's also blocked that terrible Origin games. Basically, you just don't install it. Don't buy anything from, I believe it's EA's who has Origin. Which I say that, but I own games from Origin, so, from EA, before I started boycotting them. Yeah, so it's literally benefiting Twitch. I do not get them whatsoever. I don't get any type of share or revenue for it. But I actually have the ability to monetize my YouTube channel, and I still don't do that. I will never, even if I blow up to like 1 million subscribers for whatever reason, which I cannot imagine 1 million people would want to watch my weird off-the-cuff videos and like Bayonetta 2 speedruns like that, outside of the speedrunning community, I would still not run ads. I mean, because it's like, ads are annoying. It's like, and for me, I'm just like, I just do this stuff for fun, so like, people subscribe, like, Nimix, and that's cool, but it's like, odds are I'll probably still never see any of the money people get for bits or subscriptions, just based upon how Twitch is structured for payouts. And I just literally do this for fun. I'm not like one of those people who are like, I'm gonna be a famous Twitch person, streamer, making millions of dollars. It's like, that's just not going to happen for me, and I'm fine with that. I do this for fun, and as I've said before, I've had some amazing streams where it's just been myself. So, and I'm fine with that. I've also had streams where I've had like 30 people show up. And that's cool too. Lurkers are always welcomed. Like I said, run ad blockers on my stream. I don't get the revenue. Twitch goes all to them. Same thing for bits. You know, it's the same way as like Twitch makes like a crap ton of money off of bits. Which is why if a streamer has like a PayPal and I want to donate to them, I'll just do it through that way so they get most of the revenue. Because PayPal, I think, takes, 3 or 4%. Versus Twitch, like bits are like 25-30% going right to Twitch. And when you get the payout for being an affiliate or partner, they take another 30%. So you have to have $100 in order to get a payout from Twitch. I've talked about this before. If anyone's not an affiliate and is wondering, you know, what I'm talking about, you have to reach $100 before you can get a payout from Twitch for your money. And they're already taking 30% of bits and half of a subscription. So if a subscription is, let's say it's round up to $5 United States money, United States dollars, your streamer gets $2.50 of that. And on top of that, when they go to payout, they're taking 30% off that, and they're also taking 30% off of any bits you have. So if you have $100 and probably reach the payout, you're only making $70. And they're pocketing up the rest. I mean, it is a business, I can understand that, but it's like, unless you're like a major somebody, like if you're like a Maximilian, you know, or a Ninja or whoever else is like saying that, it's like you're probably not going to see money for a long time, if ever. And T. Wallace, I'm with you. I was like, I do this just for fun. I don't care if I get paid or not. Yeah, it's not as bad as YouTube, though. I mean, YouTube is constantly shifting the goalposts, because I can monetize my gold, like my YouTube channel, because I met the thresholds before they decided to change it and screwed over a lot of people. But it's still a pain in the butt to do. So I just choose not to do it. It's like, I don't want people having to sit through ads, like KFC ads like I have on my channel already. You know, I don't need to have all that nonsense going on. And just basically lining their pockets even more. It's like, I just do these things and make the occasional weird video or video game clip or speedrun and put it on there just for fun. Yeah, he did that about 2 nights ago. He did some really interesting things. Like, I don't think you can flip over the truck. And he did. He's like, I don't think you can do it, and whoop, down it went. Interesting. So I made that clip last night, like of, or the other night of T. Wallace driving, and it's not showing up on my clips. Even our clips that I've created. Last one shows 8 days ago, of like, I think I accidentally hit the button. So it's not showing the clip of T. Wallace doing some interesting crash. Alright, listening, and just move my chat. Haven't streamed in so long, you should get off your ass. Well, you can. I mean, it's something you want to do. I remember, if you think back, Ronnie, to when I was first started streaming, I think like the first games I played was like some Fightcade games, and then I did Legend of Zelda Wind Waker. I streamed that game. And I was like, I didn't really like streaming, to be honest. I thought it was something kind of neat, novel, and kind of trap. I didn't really like it. And it wasn't until I saw Yellow Killer B's channel and what she was doing stream that I thought, oh, maybe I can have fun with this, and kind of changed up how I did and did it that way, and I actually started to enjoy it, and I've been doing it ever since. So it's like streaming is like something you kind of want to do, and basically you gotta remember to do it yourself. Like, you're not trying to copy somebody else. You shouldn't be copying somebody else. You should be doing your own thing. And yeah, of course, you know, streams are always a lot better when you have an active chat going. If you have people asking questions or making comments and interacting, it's always a lot better, but sometimes that just doesn't happen. Sometimes you have a more of a laid-back stream, people are just watching or listening in the background or whatever have you, and that's fine too. But I mean, every stream is different. You could have an amazing stream one day, and the next day it's kind of like blasé, like, whatever, you know, I'm just doing this. Yeah, exactly, like Time to Ask Wursel, as Nimix does, which everybody can do. listen to my crazy responses and things like that, or just talking about general things, in the past and all that other stuff. But if you're trying to be somebody else, then that for me becomes a problem. Like, they're not to name out anybody here, but if they're lurking and watching somehow or watch this later, I'm not calling you out, I'm not criticizing here, but it is somebody I know. But if you're, like, let's say, for example, reviews. Like, because I mean, I mentioned Maximilian Dude before about people trying to say, like, I want to be Twitch famous and make a crap ton of money and like that here. He's got his own thing going, You gotta find your own voice, be it either streaming or making YouTube videos and reviews or whatever. You need to do you. Don't copy somebody else. If people like what you're doing, you will gain an audience, no matter if it's one person or if it's a million. You're gonna find that audience eventually. Just keep plugging at it, and you should be enjoying yourself. Don't copy somebody else to the point where, like, oh, I'm doing my own reviews and stuff like here, and then you're, like, literally copying one for one what this other person does. It's like, you gotta, like, you need to find your own voice. And then I hear, like, the response back of, like, oh, well, I'm just still starting out, and I'll change things up now. It's like, you're not going to unless you actually do it. Because you can say you're going to do something later, but it's going to get ingrained, and you're just going to be nothing but a copycat of that person you decided to emulate. So, for example, I found a YouTube channel called The Critical Drinker, and I like his stuff. His reviews are really good. He has a lot of funny humor. He's basically playing up as being like a drunk Scotsman. It's a lot of fun. But if I started doing videos where I sounded exactly like him and copying his style and his same catchphrases and stuff like that, I'm not doing my review. I am doing his reviews as him. So you got to find your own aspirations, find your own way, and be your own person. You can be inspired by somebody, but you still need to put your twist on it. If you're copying the person's mannerisms, speech patterns, phrases, editing styles, you're not doing it right. You got to find your own way. Oh yeah, exactly. But I mean, there's also people who like, for example, I am not really good at video games. I used to be really good at video games a long time ago. But it's like, I'm not that good now. That's why I was kind of joking and self-referential humor about being mediocre. But I'm having fun doing it. I mean, don't go on stream thinking like I'm going to be like the perfect person and going to play this game flawlessly and no mistakes or anything. Be it either if you're playing casually or speedrunning, because I've seen that too, speedrunners who like start freaking out because they messed up one thing, they think they have a perfect stream. It's like, dude, no, just, are you having fun? If it's a yes, keep doing it. If no, stop streaming. If you're having a terrible stream, if you're not like some days you're off, like, oh god, I'm just not feeling today, just end it. Just like, hey, listen, man, I'm not having a good day. I'll catch you guys next time, whatever, and peace out, and bam, end it. Don't keep dragging yourself along because you want it, you expect people expect you to do it. You gotta look out for yourself. Don't get yourself burned out and realize that, yeah, you might not be perfect, but roll with it. Alright. So basically, a talking tree or a spirit just said, protect this tree, and the tree's already dead and gutted. And so, Kless's mushrooms apparently kicked in while I was ranting about being your own person and your own self and your own style. Well, let's keep looking for that boar. I'm sure it won't show up and head charge us and look like a chipmunk. Okay, I think I figured it out now. Had fun, schedule got ridiculous for a while, and then since I've been too lazy, don't feel like I was emulating anyone, can't say with confidence I felt like I was being myself. I can say with confidence I felt like I was being myself, yeah. But like I said, I've seen other streamers who are trying to emulate somebody else, exactly, not going I'm inspired by this person. For example, I'm inspired by Yellow Killer Bee and how she does her streams. That's actually kind of got me back into streaming, kind of going yeah, you can have this fun, maybe if I try this out. So she was an inspiration to me to get into go streaming, and this is not like a secret or anything. I've actually told her directly, like, you're an inspiration for me to do streaming. Thank you. You know, keep going. You're awesome. But like when you're like, if I were to copy Maximilian Dude's like setup, like having like thousands of dollars to spend on high-tech cameras and movie level audio equipment and multiple cameras and things like that there, and then having 3 other people come over and hang out and play video games and things like that, you're pretty much copying at that point. You know, you really need to find out your own thing. Like for me, I don't have notifications when somebody subscribes or someone follows or anything like that. I don't have something popping up in the middle of the screen to show, hey, you know, so-and-so subscribe, because I want to keep the focus on the games. That's why I don't even set up an audio, like a webcam, because would you really want to see my fat face staring into oblivion while I play a game? Not really that interesting. In my opinion. You know, I'm not that type of presenter person. I have a face for radio, if you will. So, you know, that's how I decide I have it. Like, I want to keep the games kind of mostly the focus, and I'll just talk like that. And now, of course, I always have the big thing of, like, let me know if there's anything that needs to be changed, audio-wise or whatever. I'll be happy to do that. Don't be afraid to speak up in my channel. Alright, so I'm going to state this for me for the record. Love streams a smaller group of people. Makes a more coffeehouse style feel of conversation, a much more involved stream. Yeah, definitely. Oh, dude, I am overweight. That picture is like 20 pounds ago. Yeah, 500 people chat, I'd be super overwhelmed. Yeah, it does get crazy. Like when I mod for Yellow Killer Bee, and she gets like a raid, and there's literally sometimes 600 people on her channel. As a mod, that can be kind of crazy. Pardon me. You gotta be on your guard. Boot people are being profane just because, like, oh my god, it's a girl. You know, like they've never seen one before. But it's not too bad. But yeah, like the larger the stream has, it's kind of like the GDQ environment. It's like the larger you get, the bigger the problem you have, the less intimate it is, really. It's like, I keep bringing up Maximilian Dude, but he's like the best example for this. Like, I remember finding his streams when he had like under 500 people coming to check him out. Now he's averaging on average like 10,000 viewers per night at one time in his chat when he's streaming. So you could like talk to that person. I mean, I would actually like have conversations to him and so forth. It's kind of funny because I think he still remembers me, because I'll say something crazy and he'll pick me out of chat instantly and respond to what I'm typing, which is kind of funny. But I remember when he was like, he was still popular, but starting off there, like as the years kind of went by, his audience got bigger and bigger. But yes, YKB is a girl. I know it's a shock. GBM, I'm pretty sure might know this as well. I hope he does. Oh no, how could this have happened? The traditional RPG trope of leaving the village and everybody gets slaughtered while I'm gone. Oh god, Amy, I've got to find her. I'm sure she's dead, dude. Dude, you ran past your house like you live here. May your soul rest in peace. I think you just say it for everybody. Who could have slaughtered an innocent child like this? Mecha Hitler. Dad, no! My streams I felt were fun. I make terrible jokes and impersonations to play random obscure games. True. You played a lot of Postal, I remember. Guardians of the Hood. I tried to play that on stream once through MAME, and MAME was like, oh hell no, I ain't playing that game. It straight up refused. It's like, no, we're not playing that. Mom! You were sick anyway and about to die, but wake up, don't die! Kless, run away, go north Euclid, and see your uncle. Your pendant is... They who? Who did this? They did. Them! At the place by the thing, at the whatchamacallit. Open your eyes, please. Don't leave me. No! Yeah, whenever there's a no, I always want to do it like the Revenge of the Sith, Darth Vader, Long No. No. Most random fun game in World's ever played is Shaq Fu. Oh no, I would say not Shaq Fu. Not even Rise of the Robots, the best fighting game ever that should be an Evo. But Dong Dong Never Die. That game is insane. I love it because it's just so crazy. Chester, I'm so sorry. It's too dangerous to stay here. Let's go to my uncle's place. Yes, Star Wars 3, because George Lucas amended the series after Star Wars 1 to be Episode 4 when it released on video. It's one of his many changes he did. Can't leave Amy and the other villagers like this. Amy was the only family I had, Kliss. I didn't have a mother or a father, I just had my sister mom. Look, I'm staying. If you leave alone. I have to make sure they all get a proper burial. Even if I have to do it myself. They at least deserve that much. But if the people who did this return, I don't want to lose you too. You're my partner. I love you. I need to get EPSXE and download the game Orino Ryu again. The game was addictive. I don't remember that one. I may not have ever played it. Like I said, I would suggest RetroArch still for PlayStation emulation. EPSXE does. It's very finicky depending if you're using 2.00 or 2.05. You know, certain games will play better in either one's there, but I mean, RetroArch pretty much handles everything now, so I pretty much recommend that. But whatever it does for you, because that kind of goes back to my ZSNES versus SNES 9X talk earlier. I prefer ZSNES, personally. But it depends on how you're playing it. Alright, so go ahead without me. I'll catch up when I'm finished here. It's dangerous for us to both stay. Promise that I'll see you again soon, my love. I promise. Someday you and I will fight side by side again, and we'll find out who did this. Alright, goodbye, my friend. I'm gonna see if there's anything I can steal from your house. So, like, would that, the closest comparison, Ryan, to that be like, what is it, Overcooked, I think is the new game they have? And Overcooked 2, which is like, it's probably not the same, but that's the only kind of comparison I can think of, like, where you're making food and gotta do different things. There's also a yakisoba game, I remember, for PlayStation, where you had to create a game, they had to create yakisoba for, like, people like, I want this order, and make it up really quick. It's one of those games that did not leave Japan for obvious reasons, because I don't think America knew about yakisoba for, like, 15 years after that point. My pendant, is that what my parents are trying to tell me? My father gave this to me. Is this the Chrono Trigger? Probably is. It wouldn't surprise me if it is, though, Ronnie. Gotta get out of here. It's the only way Chester will be safe. He'll run as fast as a cheetah. Actually, I own that, T. Wallace. I have it for the Sega Saturn. It's Iron Chef on the Sega Saturn. There's not really gameplay behind it. You go and you look at different bios for different chefs. You can play clips of previous battles. You can walk around Kitchen Stadium and see different things with the camera views. I might stream it sometime, but I do own it. So 1 second here, let me open a can of soda. Okay, I've seen that before. It's not the same game I was thinking of. The Yakisoba game was actually something different, but I've actually seen that. I know what you're talking about now, Ronnie. What kind of soda? It is Diet Ginger Ale, because I drink Diet Soda. For me, it's Diet Soda or water. I made the switch after I had weight loss surgery. And, like, when I occasionally do have, like, full sugar soda, And that just, like, it really, really throws me off, because when you don't eat a lot of sugar for a long time, like, and you have something like that, like, I used to love Reese's Pieces, or actually Reese's Peanut Butter Cups, and now that I eat them, like, when I do eat them, it's like, all I can taste is just sugar. It's like, oh my lord. But I have seen myself eat my own body weight in Reese's Peanut Butter Cups and Reese's Pieces, so... I thought about making my own ginger ale, but I didn't really want to put the time into it. RC Cola I have not had in many years. We actually do have it here in Erie. But that was the childhood drink of mine, because I lived in just outside of St. Louis, my first Air Force base when I was a kid. This sword doesn't belong here. It's not mine. It's not one of Dad's. Perhaps it belonged to another one of the people who attacked Totus. Lightsaber. Can I equip that? Yes, indeed I will. Alright, let me reset the... So that should hopefully get it back in sync again. Some grated frozen ginger, lime zest and juice, club soda, simple syrup, corn syrup. Okay. Oh god, Tab. Do they still make Tab? I have not seen Tab, I want to say, in probably over 20 years. Yeah, exactly, T-Wall. So you gotta find it first. Okay, I'm at full health and TP. What they call MP, I guess? I'm not sure what the TP is. Maybe tactical power? Is everybody dead here? Ah, I can't get into it. Okay. For me. Really? Wow, that's crazy. Like I said, I have not seen Tab in 20 years. Even when down in Tucson, they don't have Tab even. Because I know you're up in the Phoenix area, T. Wallace, but it's like down in Tucson, they didn't even have it down there. RC is kind of sporadic throughout the country, I've found. Alright. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he's up, T. Wallace is up near the Phoenix area. So even though I lived in Arizona, like, lived in Tucson, it's like, I didn't even see it down there. And that was years ago. Yeah, Cactus Cool, I remember. It's not okay. It's not okay. It's alright. It's not good. It's not bad. The only thing I really miss from where you are, T. Wallace, and down Tucson, because they've spread up in the area, is Los Betos and Filibertos. Those places I love. Those were my jam to visit. Like, it's 2 o'clock in the morning. You need something to eat. You don't feel like going to Denny's and dealing with all the drunk people. So you'd hit the 24-hour Mexican drive-thru. Dirt cheap and really good. Ambushed. Oh, great, great. Let's turn to hit this guy first. I can't carry the statue, but maybe I can pull it around. You can push or pull in stones that are directly in front of you by pressing and holding accept. Try moving the statue. I'm a merchant. Want to see my wares? Zip. Buy. Okay. Wow, these are expensive. Orange gummy, gelatin flavored. Orange flavored gelatin medicine. There we go. Stores 30% of your TP. Cure all medicine for ailments. Increase attack power. Let's see. I own 4 of these. 0, 0, 0. I'll just leave this. These are kind of expensive. Dude, okay, there we go. Select the item. See, Ronai says, I do like that there's a 24-hour Mexican restaurant about 10 minutes away from me. Indeed. Give me a second here. I'll put the actual thing in there, because there's 2 different chains. There's Los Betos and Filibertos. And, They're pretty much the same thing, just under different names. I don't know why that is, but they are the exact same menu in food quality. So it's Los Betos and then Filibertos. Here we go. And then Filibertos is the other one. So I think up in Phoenix, I think they have Filibertos up there. But I know in Tucson they had Los Betos and Filibertos as well. So they had like both of them, but they are like literally the same chain. Kind of like Hardee's and Carl's Jr.'s, same owners, different names due to different regions and things like that, same menu. Dude, Erie sucks. I'll be the first person to tell you, Erie, Pennsylvania, not the best place to live. It's a dying industrial town with lots of factories and places that have closed down. We have like nothing. You have to go 2 hours either to the east up to Buffalo, New York, south down to Pittsburgh, or to the west over to Cleveland, which is the Detroit of Ohio. So it's not the best. We don't have like an Asian market. We do have supposedly one, but it is in the worst side of town where you need to literally bring a gun with you. And that's not a joke. That is like, if you're going here, bring heat because you're probably going to get in a shootout. Signs of all the letters are illegible. There we go, English. Is there anything over here? Maybe. But yeah, it's like I miss, like down in Tucson, there's a place called G&L Imports. And it's an Asian grocery store, Asian import store, and that was like I would do all my grocery shopping there. I could get imitation shark fin soup. There we go, proper English. Could get all manners of things. I mean, it's like, and it was dirt cheap. Yeah, Buffalo's not that great. It's better, but I mean, it's like, we don't have a Red Robin's here in town. There's no Denny's, which is fine, but I mean, we don't have a lot of things out here. No rural Asian markets, and I think the one that people are like telling me about, like it's a world import store and it's mostly Indian food, which is not bad, but I do mostly Chinese cooking, so... Oh my gosh, this could be a problem. Or not. Yeah, so it's like we don't have any of that here in Tucson whatsoever. Dual kick. A lot of creamy cheese. Yeah. Okay, so if life were a video game, what would some of the cheat codes be? Alright. If you're a lady, bust size improvement. If you're a guy, you know exactly, add more length. And that would be like the one most abused. Everybody would have that instantly memorized. It'd be like the Konami code of life. You would know exactly what it is. It's like, bam, just do like right there. I would say intelligence would be a really good cheat code to have, but unfortunately people are too stupid to remember what it would be, and it just wouldn't work out. No one would ever use it. So that's what I'd definitely say. It's like, and no one would care about it either. It's like, okay, it's like you can use this cheat code to become hyper intelligent and the smartest person on the earth, or make your junk 7 inches longer. And everyone's like, bam, let's do that here. Guys and girls don't matter, they're doing it. Like, hey, I put in a cheat code for you, honey. Thanks. Non-American Kung Pao chicken, some kind of Jing Bao. Maybe. It might be, because I mean, Kung Pao is like, Kung Pao is actually, you know, 0. I've never seen a 0. What the hell? Class, come on. There we go, dude. What the hell? What the hell was that? Jing Bao might be, well, it could be different. It's gonna be different pronunciations. It might be called something different, but Kung Pao does actually exist in China. That's like Szechuan dish in origin, but a lot of Chinese food, Chinese quotation marks food people have here is highly Americanized. And there's nothing wrong with that, but it's like, but like when you have like real authentic Chinese food, it throws people off by a lot. Like actual Kung Pao chicken because Szechuan cuisine is right up my alley. Yeah, Szechuan it's really good. Like I said, if you like a lot of spicy foods, that's definitely a way to go. Because there's a lot of chili peppers and that type of stuff. But a lot of food is very kind of simple. You don't get a lot of crazy techniques to it. It's kind of funny because I learned how to make Chinese food like Szechuan style, and it's like, dude, tack above, jeez. It's pretty simple, but then it's kind of funny because I learned the authentic Szechuan cooking, but then, like, I also learned some Americanized dishes on top of it. Like, my version of, like, fried rice is pretty much Americanized. Like, a lot of Chinese foods do not include carrots or peas, you know, white onions. You know, it's like you'll actually leave that stuff out there, but if you're doing like more authentic type of fried rice, so there's different fried rices for different styles, Hunan, Sichuan, Cantonese, and so forth. My favorite's kind of like what you'd call, it's more of like a Cantonese style, which is, you know, like southern, like Hong Kong type area. It's like golden rice is what they call it, golden fried rice. You literally take like a cup of rice, cooked, cold, of course, never use hot rice, fresh rice. Take about 2 or 3 egg yolks, and put them in there and stir them all around until everything is coated and your rice is going to be yellow from the egg yolks. When you fry it up, it gives it like an additional extra flavor or taste to it. And it just adds like another like depth to it. It's really good, but it's one of those things like if you don't know what it is, it's kind of like, what's the secret ingredient? It's egg yolk. So if you ever see yellow fried rice, that's usually what it is. They've added egg yolks into it. And then you can also add in things like, I mean, carrots are not bad. I still put it in mine. I made fried rice tonight for dinner, so I put in like some peas and carrots to help make it a little more what people are experiencing. Stick some vegetables in there on top of the ham I'd used. But also really good there for a Cantonese style is stuff called XO sauce, which is like dried. It's a sauce mixture made of like shrimp, oyster sauce, all sorts of different things that are in it. Pardon me. It takes time. You can make it yourself, but it takes a lot of reducing down. A good jar of the stuff will cost you about 20 bucks. And this is like a small jar. This is not like a large, like, here's your bucket. It's like, it's kind of small, but a little bit does you. Yeah, saffron will definitely turn rice yellow, but saffron is also ridiculously expensive. It is the most expensive spice in the world. Oh yes, dark soy sauce. Actually, you can't even find dark soy sauce here, which is the most annoying thing of all. So if you ever see a recipe that says dark soy sauce, you don't have it, just add whatever it is, but with normal soy sauce. So if it's like, for example, the dish is 2 light and then 1 dark, just add 3 of your soy sauce and that'll be fine. You'll get away with it. It's like a little bit more of like a depth flavor. It's kind of like thicker because it's been reduced down, but it's not something like, oh my god, I can't live without this. It's like, yeah. But yeah, there is light and dark soy sauce. There's different types of soy sauce on top of it. Asian cooking can get complex depending on how far down the rabbit hole you want to go. Cycle this through. There we go. How's a bird block an owl? It's daytime. Why are you awake? Tamari definitely has a different taste to it. They were also the first brand that I'm aware of that had gluten-free soy sauce. Kikkoman now does have it. So, of course, my mom being a celiac means she cannot have gluten whatsoever. It will literally, like, make her throw up blood. You know, people are like, oh, I do gluten-free as, like, a diet. Those are people I want to slap. It's like, she literally cannot have it. So I have to cook everything in my house gluten-free, so she can eat it. So Kikkoman does a gluten-free soy sauce now, which is pretty, it's not bad, it's very good. Tamari I didn't really kind of like. It had this, I'm trying to think of a way to describe the taste. It just tasted kind of like, I'm trying to think of like a different way of like describing it. Kind of like, the only way I can think of is like it's tinny, which is not the right thing. It's just like, it just doesn't seem right to me. It seems off. But if you had La Choy to anything, I will personally come to your house and slap the taste buds out of your mouth because you don't deserve them. You're on Rachel Ray quality at that point. Like, Le Choi is like the world's most disgusting thing I've ever had. And I did not know this one time until it was too late. I was making bulgogi, a Korean dish once, and my roommate I sent him out to get some soy sauce because I was running low. I'm like, I'm going to need it for dinner tonight so we can eat. You know, can you walk like the 3 or 4 blocks to the store here and grab some soy sauce? He's like, sure, no problem. Now, not even the dang cook. He is like, I would say that Le Choi is the Carlos Mencia of soy sauce. You're trying to be soy sauce, you're ripping off soy sauce, and you're not succeeding at all. So he brought back a bottle of Le Choi soy sauce. I've never had it before. I'm thinking, okay, whatever. So I threw it in, and it completely wrecked the dish whatsoever. It's just the most disgusting soy sauce in the entire world. I was literally like, dude, get in the car, we're going to Taco Bell. It was that bad. I was ticked because it was like 2 pounds of beef that I had like destroyed. This is pre-weight loss surgery, so it's like I was eating a whole ton of it. Great brand. I don't think I've had great brand or great value soy sauce, which I know is Walmart's version of it. But as long as it's not Le Choi, you're fine. Le Choi literally will ruin your food. Olisk, what's up, buddy? Yes. This is the beta of Donkey Kong Country 3 before Rare decided to add in the 3D graphics, but they decided to go in a radically different version, a different way. It in fact even looks like the first of the Tales series. I know it's quite weird, but you know, it's what they eventually did, and I think the world was better off for it. Okay, why are you missing everything, dude? I had a vertical sleeve gastrectomy. So basically what they did is they remove like 85 to 90% of your stomach, make it like a small tube. It does stretch out eventually after time, which is natural. But that way they don't have to like basically take your small intestines and bypass your stomach and reroute it and do a whole bunch of major surgery. It's a lot less. So they basically stapled like my stomach line there and then burned out the rest of it and physically removed that stomach. So like 90% of my stomach is gone completely. It's not even in there. Bypass, it's still in. And the biggest problem I had pre-weight loss surgery was I was constantly hungry. I mean, non-stop. And then finally I had weight loss surgery, and they removed out the part which produces ghrelin, which is like the hunger hormone. For my stomach, it was going nuts, constantly producing it. So like the first time in my life, I wasn't hungry. It's like, this is odd. Like, I didn't know what to do with myself at first. I'm like, I don't feel hungry at all. Like, one of my things, like, I like to tell, like, one of the stories was I was sitting on my couch recovering at home, and I had PBS because I didn't have cable. PBS, it's free because it sucks. But I was watching, like, cooking shows all day on PBS that they had going, like Lydia's Kitchen. And I was thinking, man, that'd be good to eat. And then I kind of looked at my watch, I was like, how long has it been since I ate something? And I looked at it and like, it's been about 14 hours. That's not good. I should really eat something. I wasn't hungry at all. It's like you have to literally force yourself to eat after weight loss surgery. Which is like a wild concept. Life bottle found. Orange gummy found. Hey, I saved some money. Alright. Didn't have to buy it, just been constantly fighting. Lee Kum Kee. Lee Kum Kee is not a bad brand at all. So Le Choi is the only thing I've ever found. And then, like, black vinegar is also one of those things that can radically change. Because, I mean, black vinegar should not be vinegary. It should be spicy, but not have any of that vinegar smell or pungency, which I cannot stand to save my life. So, unfortunately, I can't remember the good brand I used to have. My mom, like, I literally told her, like, one day, it's like, okay, if you're going to try to make this, put in a little bit of, like, probably about, you know, put a little bit of soy sauce, a little bit of black vinegar. So she proceeded to drop an entire damn bottle of soy sauce into the beef and half my bottle of black vinegar I had. And this was like a 20-ounce bottle. And she dumped half of it in there, and it was just like... And it's like vinegar you cannot get here. It's like, it's something completely different they have now. It's terrible. I can't remember what the name of it is, but they sell it at Wegmans. It's just not good. Wegmans is the only place I can get somewhat decent supplies for Chinese cooking around here. Yeah, Lydia's Kitchen's not a bad show. Her offspring Joe's a kind of a slimeball, though, but... yeah, Lee Kung-ki is not bad. Okay, so basically going upward just took a lot of time, and let me kind of level grind a little bit and get some stuff I didn't have to buy for. Oh yeah, fish sauce is actually good. Actually, it's like fish sauce is actually one of my secret ingredients to making hamburgers. So I am not a fan of like pre-made stuff, really. Like my mom likes to buy these hamburgers that are pre-formed already, like the frozen pucks you throw on the grill. And those throw me off because being colorblind, I can't see when those change color. She's like, oh, there's like, you can see the redness coming out of it. I'm like, I can't see that. So I never know when they're done. So I hate those things. So I tend to cook my own burgers. Pardon me. So one of my secret ingredients for making homemade hamburgers is about 5 or 6 splashes of soy, like not soy sauce, but fish sauce in with the meat. And when you cook it, you can't taste it. You can't smell anywhere. You'll smell it a little bit as you're mixing up the meat. You know, you put your like salt and pepper. Some people say don't put salt on until last second. I put salt in there anyway. It doesn't matter. Some people say don't, like, just loosely form it. I'll still form a patty larger than normal, whatever. I'll mix everything together, but it gives us like this kind of like umami flavor, like this, like you cook it, and I've actually had people like, this is really good, what did you do to it? Because they can't place what it is, but they know it has that kind of more savory flavor to it. So fish sauce is actually one of those secret ingredients. And I'll see recipes are like, put in like 3 tablespoons of fish sauce. I'm like, good lord, no. Fish sauce, the older it gets as well, gets stronger. So if you've had fish sauce for a while, keep in mind that's going to be a lot more hardcore. Alright, Uncle Olson's. Is this the Waltons? Uncle Olson's house is in the northwest end of the town. Put fish sauce and spaghetti sauce. Yeah, it's kind of like the MSG behind it, T-Wallace. It's like the same thing that I will sometimes put anchovies and the same thing in a sauce, like when I'm making spaghetti. And people freak out like, oh, anchovies are terrible. It's like, they're Italian MSG. They add flavor, they don't taste fishy, and it adds to the dish. It's one of those things like, if you didn't tell them you put it in there, they would never know. Okay, be careful of all the UV rays when I go outside. You and me both, man. I'm allergic to sunlight. It sucks. Hey, let's go watch The Juggler. So why is he upset by that? I'm like, dude, I'm the same. I'm allergic to sunlight. I can walk in and out of your bed and no one cares. Yeah. And that's the thing, it's like people say like, I don't have fish sauce. I'm like, well, you can use Worcestershire sauce or Worcestershire, and either way you say it, you're wrong. But yeah, you can put that in cooking as well, and it's, as long as you're using a whole bunch of it, a lot of people won't really know. So, like, for example, like, instead of fish sauce, you can use a splash of Worcestershire sauce, and it'll be almost the same way. Because anchovies are in that as well. Oh, this piece never ends. Yeah, my village just got destroyed. Celebrating 100 years of service, 10 gold to stay. Sure, we'll stay just to make sure. Yeah, it's kind of funny, like, the different things that can go into food that people don't really realize are there, but they'll freak out if you tell them. It's kind of like, one of my girlfriends in the past, like, I've talked about her before, without name dropping her, but we lived in New Hampshire, and like I said, if we wanted to, like, hey, what do you want to do for dinner or lunch? It's like, let's get some seafood, so we just jump in the car and drive to Maine, which is like 45 minutes from where we lived. But I was telling her about squid, and she's like, ew, that's gross, squid is disgusting, I never want to have it. She's never had it before. And she was going on and on about it. I'm like, telling her, she's like, no, it's really good, you would like squid. So, and she's like telling me it's gonna be terrible. So we go to this little restaurant right on the ocean, you know, right on the bay there, and I order fried calamari. And I didn't tell her what it was. I just said it's fried calamari. I didn't tell her that it was squid. And so I'm like, here, try this. You're gonna love it. And she ended up demolishing half of my plate of fried calamari. So like afterwards, I'm like, by the way, fried calamari is fried squid. And she just looked at me. She's like, okay, you're right. This stuff is good. Like, yes, it is. It's like, yeah, fried calamari is squid. So yeah, it's really great. I like squid to begin with, but yeah, if you fry it up, it's pretty good stuff. If you overcook it, squid gets rubbery. That's the thing. Like squid and shrimp. Basically, no, squid and octopus cook on a bell curve. So if you think raw to overdone and just right in the middle is where you have like the top spot you want to have. That's like the top of the bell curve, like it kind of goes up and then goes down. So if squid or octopus is raw or overcooked, it turns into pure rubber. But if you get it just cooked just right, it will like almost melt in your mouth. And it's really, really good. But like I said, if you overcook it, then people will say it's rubbery or tough. And it's either raw, like kind of not really cooked all the way, or it's overcooked, which is very easy to do. So this is the Juggler. Seems like a nice town, and people seem willing to pay for our services here. People are really bored if they think juggling is the most amazing thing ever on the planet. It's a simpler time. Takoyaki, yes. Pardon me. Yeah, so basically that was just overcooked then. If it's rubbery texture, then it's overcooked. Like I said, it's not too hard to do. It's one of those things you really kind of know how your temperature is and then cook right on that line there and like for a certain time limit. So it can be tricky. Talk to the man at the counter if you want to buy something. How can I help you? Okay, because we don't have a Bum-chan out here. Yeah, exactly. Like, one time I was out with Danny at a restaurant, they had octopus. And I was like, cool, it's like, try this. And it was like full-on octopus, like head, tentacles, everything. He was like, ugh. But I found like a good soft one. Half of them were overcooked, half of them were cooked just right. So I gave him like one of the really good, well-cooked pieces, like that was done just right, and he liked it a lot. He's like, okay, so I was like, what'd you think? He's like, well, it's one of those things I have to turn off my brain, because if I think about what I'm eating, it's like, I'm just not gonna like it. It's like, yeah, I can understand. It's kind of like fish head soup. I love fish head soup, but I can understand why it'd be unnerving to people if you're looking at like a fish head in a bowl, you know, with eyes and everything else. They're looking back at you. It doesn't matter that the cheeks are the best, tastiest part. You're probably gonna go, oh my god, there's a fish head in my soup. I can't deal with this. Excuse me, how can I get the Totus? I want to see Miguel. Oh yeah, Nagi's great. Sea urchin. So my last girlfriend, who I miss incredibly dearly, she was like, we went to sushi for one of our first dates, and I was telling her about salmon roe, which is basically salmon eggs. I love it. And she was about to order like a whole bunch of like 2 or 3 of the pieces of that, because we're kind of ordering a la carte, like different pieces. So I was like, tell you what, I will order because I like it anyway, and I'll give you one of them there. You can try it and see how it is. If you want to order it, you can order more. And she's like, fine, because I was paying for it anyway. I'm, you know, the gentleman type deal, and I like to buy stuff for it anyway. Like, even if you're a guy, girl, whatever, hanging out, I'll probably buy the food regardless. So I order in Japanese. They bring me all the stuff there because they, you know, which is always kind of fun. You can order in Japanese and know exactly what you're doing. So I gave her one small little piece of salmon roe, and she turned pale white, and I thought she was going to throw up right there on the spot. I'm like, okay, well, it's a good thing you didn't order 2 or 3 pieces of this. Fortunately, I managed to save the date, but it almost ended right there with a bunch of vomiting. Cereal is a soup, because it is with upon milk. You are adding the milk, which is basically like a broth that's going in there. You can have certain things like grape nuts, which are neither grapes nor nuts. I'm pretty sure they are 100% granulated moon rocks, but you can basically cook those in milk, microwave or pan, hey Keiko, And basically, I would consider it to be a soup or almost like a stew, if you will, depending on which one it is. On other controversial opinions, a hot dog is a taco. You're taking a piece of meat or the ingredients, putting it inside a piece of bread or tortilla, if you will, it's the same type of shape. It's a taco. Hot dogs are tacos. Miguel, the famous teacher of Todos, trained many of the soldiers here in Euclid. Well, hopefully they're a lot better. Okay, so my question was, where was he? Excuse me, how can I get to Todos? I want to see him. It's like, how can I get to this person? Oh, he's great. He trained lots of people. That doesn't answer my question. Nope, hot dogs are tacos. Hate to break it to you. Ooh, okay, let's see. These are very expensive. Chainmail. Okay, so I remember round shield is good. Jet boots. Okay, let's... Thank you for your patronage. Let's equip. So what we do here on my channel, we talk about food, we talk about booze, I get drunk, or drunker, because I pretty much need to in order to control my pain, and we make controversial statements about hot dogs being tacos. What is mantle? Okay, equip, plus accessory 2. Okay, doesn't seem to do anything else I noticed. Did I not equip gloves? I did not. Okay. What's the best way to do barbecue ribs? Dad always taught me to boil them first, then char them on the grill with your sauce of choice. Well, that's one way to do it. I like to personally do a dry rub on ribs. Unfortunately, ribs are something that, wow, this is a lot faster. Ribs are something I can't eat anymore. My stomach just doesn't tolerate it. But I like to do a dry rub on them. Basically, first off, remove the silver skin on the back. If you do not do that, your ribs are going to be very chewy. That's just something that does not break down whatsoever. If you don't know what that is, look up videos like silver skin barbecue ribs or whatever, or tenderloin. They'll explain it and how to take it out. So yes, the person sleeping on the job. Good job. Take that out there. I like to do a dry rub, and then I just smoke them the entire way. I don't wrap them or anything. I make sure to do the full time. Like ribs will take about, in a smoker, about 5 hours to do. And then if you want to, you can put some sauce at the end. Usually I try to refrain from sauce, and if people want to put it on, they can add it on themselves. But you can add it in like the last part there of cooking type deal, just kind of put them on at the last moment. That's the way I recommend to do it myself personally. But some people boil them first, and then you kind of char them up there, but they don't tend to hold a lot of flavor that way. They are getting cooked, they can still kind of be tenderish. But like with ribs, you got to get them to like 190 degrees if you're smoking, which is why it takes so long. I don't know what Chester has, so I don't want to buy anything right now. So he's going to rejoin my party. But yeah, I mean, that's definitely one way to do it, but for me, personally, I just like to smoke them if possible. put on sauce at the very end, because the sugar in that sauce is gonna burn, so it's something you put on the last second. Wish I could do that. You can, it's not that hard, it just takes practice. Hey, why not stop and watch my performance? Won't hurt to stop and watch. Why not take a load off? Dump a load, whatever. Welcome to the item shop, we're quite a selection here. Welcome to the castle. Center of government for the continent. How can I sneak in? I must kill the king. Okay, so I was pretty sure this is where I need to be. Trying to find my uncle. Uncle Olsen's house. I wonder if this is it. Hello, is anybody home? Home invasion! Class, my nephew. You're legally supposed to be 500 feet away from me. What's going on? It's been so long since I've visited. Plus, you've grown so much. Heard Totus has been attacked. Is that true? Yep, both parents were killed. I was afraid of that. They owed me money. I'll never get that back. Glad you're safe, by the way. Don't know what to do, Uncle, with this upbeat, happy music playing while I'm talking about my family getting slaughtered. You can stay here as long as you like, Kless. 2 months later, he's in the basement playing Fortnite. She's asking him to get a job. He's like, no, just leave me alone. Bring me my Hot Pockets. This is not going to end well. So, if he's your uncle, it means someone he knows was murdered, either your mom or your dad. And he seems pretty much nonplussed about it. It's like, oh, my brother or sister is dead. Well, oh no, Uncle Bad Touch. No means no. What's going on? Sorry, I didn't tell them they would slaughter the whole city. Please forgive me. If you cooperate, we won't have any trouble. This really isn't my day. Quit poking me in the butt, sir. It's not needed. Well, it's good to know my uncle is a dirty traitor. I'm so sorry, Kless. I could have probably said this while you're in the room to actually hear me, but... well... someone's coming. What are they coming back for? Amy, I will have my revenge. He died horribly 20 seconds later. That Girl Scout troop was ruthless. We have Elvin's son, sir. Question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark. Good work! How foolish Miguel was to leave the pendant with such a weakling. It was you who attacked Totus, wasn't it? It's like, yeah, you're not really that bright. None of your concern. I'm really interested in you for one reason. Give that back. Second pendant is mine. Guards, take him to the dungeon and lock him up. I'll decide his fate later. So, for those of you joining in and wondering what in the world are you going on and listening to my insanity as I rant about different topics, basically it starts off with like the main bad guy of the series there, kind of like getting beat up in the past. He decides to time warp into the head of the future. He's like, haha, you'll never beat me. And basically, generations later, their families have like, hey, we were waiting for you. Lock him away with a pendant. 2 special pendants. Pardon me. This guy's basically trying to get both pendants to basically free the ultimate bad guy. Free Darth Vader, the Emperor, whatever analogy you want to use. Indian curry is not too bad. Like I said, my specialty is more of Japanese, but got Age of Wonders 3 for free on Steam. Ooh, so no type of game it is. Yeah, it's an RTS, as Ronnie pointed out. Looks like he's being possessed. They're finally mine. In case you didn't notice, here it is. Something's in the mirror. What's going on here? He's talking to the man in the mirror. By the way, on the Thriller album by Michael Jackson, there's a fun song called PYT, Pretty Young Thing. And what makes it interesting is never once does Michael Jackson say the word girl. Keep that in mind. Get in there. Move it. We'll come back and finish you off later. Now what? So is that a shadow or a hole in the ground? No, it's a puddle. Neither. There's no way I'll fit through that hole. Not with that attitude. Hello? Can you hear me? Yes, Billie Jean, he says girl, yes. But in the song Pretty Young Thing, PYT, he does not say girl once the entire thing, so... yeah. Came from that hole! Is it a talking mouse? Tom, is that you? Wait, Tom was the cat, Jerry was the mouse. There we go. Jerry, is that you? Please, give me your hand so I may eat the finger food. Who's there? Someone who can help you. Do a terrible voice. Give me your hand. Put your hand through the hole? Sure, why not? Yeah, so more controversial things about Michael Jackson just out of nowhere. These kids are white. Remember, Michael Jackson was not white. In fact, it threw off my brother and his friends, who were millennials, when I showed him a picture of Michael Jackson pre all the surgeries from the Off the Wall album. He's like, what? And it's like, yes, Michael Jackson was black. He's like, what? It's like, yeah. He's like, I thought he was white. No. So what is this? It's an earring. It's a little white horse. It's pretty, but how does this help? Places on the wall. Run. Don't walk to your nearest escape route this summer. One man will stick his thing through the wall, and don't do that. There's laws against it. I can only do it for like that long, so my voice is like, don't do that anymore. This is why I have to talk higher up like this anyway, because my chronic laryngitis and vocal nodes, yeah, I won't do it. I'll give it a try. Like I said, it's a bomb. You should run. What are you doing? Whoa. But how did he do it? Something about her is familiar, almost as if I know her. Think this is Mint? Who would do such a thing? Pull a sword from the woman? Yes. No, it's not Mint. Use a sword to escape, just like Chrono Trigger. Even though this is Namco and not Square, but yes. Now, my voices are all terrible. Like, I don't really do voices or impersonations. Like I said, I talked about losing my voice and basically destroying it. But I think I need to equip, I'm not sure. Yes, I need to equip longsword. So, but yeah, so it's like I used to be able to sing. I went away real quick. Can't do impersonations or anything like that, so... Pried the door open. Did it again. Creamy cheese found, yes. Let's eat cream cheese you found in the dungeon. That's gonna be good. Okay, there's Mint. There is my new teammate. She's like a magician, like mage. Are you okay? I'm alright, who are you? My name's Kless, and yours? Mint. See? Thank you for rescuing me. I remembered from like 17 years ago. Come on, we'll have to escape while we still can. No, not yet. Please, wait. Got to save my mother. She was also captured. Oh, by the way, the last time you see her, did she have a sword sticking through her sternum? Because I'm pretty sure that was her. What? Oh yeah, she's screaming, oh no, please don't. The pain is unbearable. Don't kill me. Why are you murdering me? You know the usual things. I think she's fine. Everything's great. No, I came from that way and I didn't see anyone. Please, let's escape before the guards return. I know I heard my mother's voice. She was trying to cheer me up. I'd know her voice anywhere. It was my mother. Alright, let's go cause some PTSD. This poor girl doesn't know her mother's dead. I can't let her know yet. It'd be too much for her to bear. Come on, Celeste, don't chicken out. You can do it. Traumatize. Fine. If I go this way. Oh, come on. I don't know if there's anything else here. Go this way, it'll be caught for sure. Okay. Through the sewers we go. It's like a sewer entrance. Wow, you're not too bright, are you? Okay, so it's all jet boots. They took my shield I bought. I probably lost that money because this game's a JRPG. So it wouldn't surprise me. Like, here, go buy all this stuff. Because we know you want to, and we're going to steal it all. Pry the grate open. Mint is a healer. She can help you by curing your wounds in battle. She will heal you when you need it most automatically, but you can control her manually if you want. Don't want her to cast spells? You can also disable spells you don't want her to cast. Do this under skill menu. Yes. Formation. Put you in the back. So I don't want you to get into melees because you're not built for that. That's fine. Let's see. Tactics. Conserve TP. For the bunghole. They get Taco Bell drive-thru tried to talk me out of a Reaper Ranch steak fries. Yeah, that's unfortunately what I've seen before. Where like, oh, it's gonna be Carolina Reaper or Ghost Peppers, and it's just cayenne pepper or red pepper. I'm like, you realize that like people who like this stuff can tell the difference? If you say habanero and it's not even jalapeno, it is jalapeno, we're gonna know the difference. Which is like the only thing I actually really like is Lay's potato chips actually had a fiery habanero potato chip. And it's really habanero, which is awesome. Apple gummy found. Watch me kill the slug. Or not. Yeah, it's funny because, like, my mom, when she bought them, she's like, I had heard that habanero is hot because, like, I've warned her against it because I have habanero sauce I put on lots of different things. So, she didn't know that, like, with habanero, you have, like, a 30-second time delay before it goes off, so to speak. And so yeah, so she's eating them away, and she's like, "Oh, these aren't bad at all. I know what Ken's talking about." And then it hit, and then it was like you could hear her just like, "Oh my god!" Yeah, ghost peppers are like, there's no warm up to it. That's just like fire and a half. So like, of course, because I can taste things like that, like habaneros have this kind of like fruity flavor to them, which a lot of people don't really know because they just basically taste fire and they want to die. And ghost peppers have this kind of like smoky flavor to it as well, but it's like it's instant. There's no ramp up to it. There's no build or delay. It's like instant on. So it's really easy to spot ghost peppers, like if there's legitimately ghost peppers in something or not. Some sort of ancient symbol. These symbols are save points that allow you to save your game in a dungeon. Thank you, voice that told me to do this for no reason. Well, here's the thing about ghost peppers, okay? First time I came across them was in India. And the thing is that they don't use them to eat at all, ever. They rub them on fence posts and telephone poles to stop elephants from rubbing on them and wrecking them as back scratchers. It's literally an elephant repellent. Yeah, exactly. It's used to keep elephants away. It's exactly what it's for. And someone said, hey, I want to eat that. So speaking of things I want to eat, I need to go grab something to drink. Alright, Nimix, definitely get some sleep. It's good to see you dropping by here as always. Thanks for hanging out. As for everybody else here, you're going to be listening to this awesome music. I will be right back. Actually, I've already just saved. So I'll play the intro again here for this. You guys can watch the intro run out. I'll be back in about 2 to 3 minutes. I just got to get something to drink. So hang tight, I'll be right back.
この世に悪があるとすれば、それは人の心だ。
「
この世に悪があるとすれば、それは人の心だ。
Alright, sorry about the delay. I am back. So I had to grab myself a ridiculously small bowl of fried rice that I made earlier. Delicious, of course. Cold, I didn't reheat it or anything. After all that fun stuff, I forgot to grab my glass, so I'll be right back. Oh my gosh. I'll continue on with the wonderful RPG. I'll be right back once again. Hang tight, it'll be back in about 40-50 seconds. Okay, I'm back again, finally! Alright, for real this time. There we go. Has duck dry pot from a local Szechuan restaurant. I'm craving that. Try the hand at making some hot and sour soup. Not really a fan of hot and sour soup. My parents love it. I don't. I know how to make it, I'm just not a fan. My parents love it though, and they put in like a whole unholy amount of vinegar in it. Alright, so things that probably should be mixed together. I have Fresca, and now I'm adding whiskey. This will probably be terrible. Most likely, yes. It's turning this weird kind of yellowish color. It's not that great. Not really being surprised. You're like, oh my gosh, I didn't expect that. It's like, it's probably gonna be terrible. We'll do it anyway. Because sometimes you find some really good stuff, and sometimes you turn to Rachel Ray. But only if you're trying to advocate for other people and to cook your weird crap and you don't have taste buds. Well, here's the thing, is that Fresca is actually diet soda. It was like the first diet soda. No calories to it, which is kind of crazy. Then you have Squirt, which came out later, and that is sugary. It has more of a citrus flavor to it. Like stronger citrus bite, really. Kind of like, it's bitier, I guess we call it. More bite. I like Squirt. That's something you can definitely find out out west. We actually do have it up here in Erie, of all places, which you can't find anywhere else. Like, you go to Ohio, New York, you can't get it, but here in Erie we do have it. What are you gonna do? I'm gonna charge 20 feet, run at the slug, and then run away. Yeah, the slugs can actually kill you. If there's like a whole bunch of them at once, like if there's like 3 of them, they've actually killed me before, so they are no joke in this game. Really? Yeah, Squirt actually is bottled in Tucson, of all places. They actually have one of the bottling plants that are there in town. Okay, so I found a wooden shield at least. So yeah, it looks like I just spent money on a shield that I lost. Because it's a Japanese RPG and they're gonna do that to you. Just occurred to me, I have techniques that I have not been using. Pardon me. Okay, one more bite, finish off my rice. I want to open my own Chinese restaurant, call it Whitey Can Cook. Skills. Wrong button. Skills. Kick the enemy and then strike him with your weapon twice. Yeah, let's hit that. Apple gummy found. Dude, run away, you idiot. And it's like, I'm just gonna keep standing there getting clobbered. Usually a lot from where I've talked to people who've actually been through like CIA, the Culinary Institute of America, and not the clandestine spy institution we have in the United States, aka Central Intelligence Agency. But a lot of it has to focus on, a lot of places like that CIA will actually focus on knife skills and a lot of French cooking actually, which is kind of surprising. So there's probably not really a whole lot you're going to be really learning from going to a culinary school, unless you're wanting to cook and expand out and do other things. For me. And that's the thing too, is like, excuse me, like baking I'm not really good at. So I'm more of a cooking person. Baking is like, with cooking, you don't have to be exact. You can eyeball things and everything else there, and baking is like, you have to be exact in everything you do. There is no eyeballing like, oh, 2 cups, I'll just eyeball 2 cups of flour or whatever. It's like, you gotta measure this stuff out, you know, tap it out and level it off. You have to do all that or it's just not going to work. So it's a lot more strict. Baking is more of a science than an art, really. I mean, the art part comes in like if you're going to be decorating cakes, like, okay, so left is making her change directions. That's leaving exit. But yeah, it's like, if you're getting to like things like my ex-girlfriend has like a cake decorating business, and she does really well. She actually figured out how to make fondant that doesn't taste like melted candle wax, which is interesting. It's actually edible and tasty, but that takes skill and art to do that. My mom's the same way. She used to be like, she learned how to do professional cakes. But for me, it's like, for cooking is more of a feel type situation to it. You gotta have, like, you know, you gotta think about where things are gonna go well together. What else can you add to it? Something like savory, as the game has politely told me right now. You know, things like that there. It's more of like a personal flavor and style choice to it. It's more style, whereas baking is more of art. So what is our wonderful savory? Mystic Herb increases one's TP rating by 5%. Let's give that to Mint. So it's funny in my house, like, I do almost all the cooking. But it's like, when it comes to baking, like, that's my mom's domain. She's like, yeah, if you can do that. And it's like, brownies or everything like that, I screw it up there. Cookies I can pretty much do, but that's it. Like, cake making and everything else is like, I'm following like a box, pretty much. I don't know what the cooldown is for this. I'm trying to do, like, the dual kick, but apparently there's a timer to it. Or maybe, I couldn't remember, there's also, like, a factor in this either, like, if there's, like, how many techniques you can use in one match. I don't remember. Like I said, unfortunately, I have not played this game in so long, and there is no instruction manual for it. That, at least I have. It's something I'd have to look up online. Yeah, this guy has wrecked me before in the past. Let's keep the longsword. Because I don't tend to do a lot of stabbing, I tend to do a lot of slashes, so... Dobo and spaghetti, that is an odd choice. Like, are you still doing, like, Italian style, or are you trying to do something different, like ground beef, green onion, try to make it, like, kind of like a Mexican spaghetti, which would feasibly be something you could do. Instead of spaghetti sauce, use taco sauce, something like that, you know? That might work. Mint, run away, you idiot. Yeah, Mint is, like, very, very useless outside of, like, actually healing you. Which I should probably change. Tactics, I believe it is. It definitely had some kind of, you know, it would be kind of like a little smokier flavor, but it could be kind of weird. I don't know. It's one of those things like I'd have to try it. Okay, so I think dual kick is up and... Yeah, so up and B tends to be the dual kick. Okay. I think in the later Tales games, they spent more time explaining different techniques to you, like different things you could do. This is kind of like, hey, you got it, have fun. Oh, okay, that's just a loop. But probably about 2 weeks ago, I made a bolognese sauce, and it's good by itself. But I mean, it's like you got to add a lot to it, you know. And one of the things my mom's like, when are you gonna season it? It's like not until like the last 15 minutes. It's like, because if you're cooking something slow for like hours, Mint, get away, you idiot! Jeez. The computer can be really dumb. She's like, I'm gonna walk forward and attack. I don't have any weapons. My job is a healer. but it's like things like that. If you're cooking something for low and slow for a long time, do not season until like the last 15-20 minutes. I mean, do you have anything, like any weapons? No, you got nothing. But she still walks forward and tries to attack, which is crazy. Yeah, exactly. It just cooks it completely out. So my mom's like, you know, I gave her like a taste of it there, and she's like, wow, this is pretty good, but like, when are you gonna add in everything else, like oregano, thyme, things like that? It's like, not till 20 minutes out, and that's exactly what I did, and it came out really amazing. I was watching some guy on YouTube, because every once in a while I'll check out like videos, cooking stuff, just to see what other people do. And I can't remember this guy's name, but he was like, I looked up bolognese, and he did a lot of things that I do, which is kind of cool. It's like, it's kind of like confirmation, like, okay, I'm on the right path with this. You know, others are as well. Then he keeps adding like balsamic vinegar. Everything is like, okay, when you're brining the meat, add in balsamic vinegar. You put in tomatoes, add in balsamic vinegar. When you go to serve it, add balsamic vinegar. I'm like, hey, Rachel Ray, don't add vinegar to tomatoes. You don't need more acid. Add sugar to something there. It will help cut down the acidity, help it blend better. You don't want it to be too sweet or anything, but you want to help take the acid off edge, and just adding vinegar is adding nothing but acid to it. He's like, oh, it's great, it brightens up the dish. I'm like, no, that is literally a Rachel Ray thing. Like, one of the things I showed off one of my streams was, I wonder if I can heal with her. But it's basically like Rachel Ray can't cook. And it's one of the things I demonstrated before. And she was making, I don't think it was in the video I showed off on stream, but it was another one I had seen, where she was making tomato sauce to put on a burger because, yeah, you put tomato sauce on burgers. But, so, she was like, just canned tomatoes, straight there, didn't heat it up or anything, and then dumped in, like, a quarter cup of vinegar into it. It's like, oh my god, no. It's like, no, no, and more no. I'm pretty sure a 3-year-old can beat her butt in cooking. As she has said before, I am not a cook, I don't know how to cook. But yet she tries to teach people how to do it and has cooking shows and is a judge for worst cook in America, which she should be a contestant on because she does not have functional taste buds. How's Urzel's stream? Well, I talked about food, alcohol, and then how Rachel Ray is the worst person on Earth. Shouldn't be allowed anywhere near cooking shows or television. Walk with me back here. Stay there. Don't move. Hey, what did I just say? Come on. Keep walking you back. Hammer. Hammer time. It's like when somebody else stop, I don't know if it's, you know, hammer time or corroborate and listen, or in the name of love. Skills. Stuns an enemy. So she has a skill she can't use? I guess she needs maybe a weapon before she can use it? I don't know. Because, I mean, like, with Class, you can go, hey, okay, I can set it to one of these things. Okay, wait. Skills. Up and B is stab, okay. Slice. But for Mint, she can't use it, which is weird. I don't know why that is. Yay, money! So I'm not sure if I'm going to keep streaming this game or not. Like, not just like, I'm not sure if I'm going to go with streaming, but I don't know if this is like something that's like interesting to watch or not. Pardon me, because like I said, I remember playing this game and enjoying it a lot, but it's all about like audience retention and things like that, so it's like, I don't know if this would be like interesting to watch, like just kind of traditional grinding through. Super Mario RPG was a lot more interesting and involving, but this game is kind of like just your traditional, like, oh, here you go, you're running around and then just run back and forth in an attack and a battle and so forth. So I'm just trying to find like another game that would be interesting to stream in between like Bayonetta 2 speedruns. Yeah, he's like, it's slow. Well, it's doom metal. Oh, that makes sense. Now I get it. You're like, I don't get it. Alright, let's do it. I'm not fully healed up, but let's rock it anyway. So I think it was classic. If you hit up and attack, depending like if you're running, you'll do like an upward jab. Like you'll kind of do like the sword version of Shoryuken, like this. Actually, no, that was a diving one. Didn't do what I was thinking. There we go, like that. So this game is like, it's got attacks based on context. You'll never get by me. Oh, okay, so she just does it automatically. Got it. Like, you are the biggest threat right now to my healer. You're going to die as quickly as I can kill you. Okay, good. You're dead. That slugs can be no joke, like right now as we're seeing. Okay, so her hammer stuns, which is nice. But it looks like it's using MP as well. His gold acquired. Save, save. Tactics, conserve. So what I'm thinking I might do for other streams as well is, yeah, I've had some ideas kicking around because I always have different things I can definitely do. So I thought about maybe just doing like fighting games on Super Nintendo, which would be, you know, the usual things people have seen like Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, which I am terrible at. Maybe some games you may not have seen, like Gundam Wing, which is awesome because I actually own that game, physical cart, for the Super Famicom. I might do that. I've been thinking like maybe I might do attempt to do a playthrough of, pardon me, Super Emperor Strikes Back, which is literally the Dark Souls of Super Nintendo. When people say it's the Dark Souls of something, this is like, it's the Dark Souls of Super Nintendo. That was the soul-crushing game of back then. So I'm just like trying to think of different things I can possibly stream, because like I said, RPGs I do like. Like I said, Mario RPG was very engaging to have for viewers to watch and hang around, but like in this game, I just feel it's not going to be one of those things. It's fun to play yourself, enjoy the story, but for others to hang out and watch, probably not, is what I'm going to guess. I've also thought it might be fun, I don't know, might be interesting to do Black Mesa, which is the updated like visuals for Half-Life 2. Because I own it, but I've actually never played it. It's one of those crazy things, like I got in like back when it was free, and then they added it to Steam, and then they started charging people like $20 or something like that. But because I had it for free back in the day, they're like, oh, you have it already, well, you own it now on Steam for free. It's like, okay, cool. It was like before Steam bought it up, or Valve bought it up and added it as an official mod. Basically making Half-Life 1 with Half-Life 2 graphics engine is what it was. Jeez, almost out of the dungeon, getting smashed. Creamy cheese! We're safe here. How do you know that? See? Watch out! And now I'm deadly poisoned. Good job. So much for being safe. Oh no, class! Careless. Ugh. Bunga bunga. Are you okay? It's like Upright Citizens Brigade. Are you okay? They're like the camp counselors running on glass, getting beat up in the gauntlet. Are you okay? God, I love that skit. Bug Juice, so great. Someone's coming. We have to get out of here. It's just a guy running along, clapping coconuts together, coconut shells like Monty Python. Mother. Father. Mother. Cue the Rammstein. You back with us now? What if I said no? You helped me. Where am I? You're in my house, south of Totus. My name is Torrink D. Morrison. Torrnks? Yeah, Torrnks D. Morrison. Yeah, that's a stupid name. You're just called Morrison now. You're a class, I gather. Mint told me all about your ordeal in Euclid. Some healer she is. She couldn't even heal your poison. I was so worried. Mint, why don't you step outside? I need to do an examination. I agree, the fresh air will do you good, Kless. Okay. I can suddenly walk now. I can sprint. Screw your doors. Yeah, I'm fine. You saved my life back there. Thanks. Glad you're feeling better. Go outside and fresh air will do you good. Change will do you good, as Sheryl Crow once said. In between bouts of severe alcoholism. Okay, nothing really here to be found. Chef's knife, grab it, stab everybody. My friend got me this job with Mr. Morrison and never had such a great boss. He's even good looking. Ooh, don't tell Mrs. Morrison. Forget I said that. Okay. Is his first name Van Morrison? Is she a brown-eyed girl? Which is we all know it's code name for something else. Wink wink nudge nudge, say no more. Okay, this looks like a cat. Apparently it's a dog. Looks like a cat from the side. What? Looks like you're up and at him, Kless. So that's the way his friend greets him, by narrowly missing his face with a bow. Well, like, not with a bow, with an arrow, because it'd be funny if he just throws his bow at him. Huh, take this! And just chucks it. Friend here tells me your name is Kless. Yeah, we've been through this already. Mr. Morrison found me while I was in Totus. He helped me bury the villagers. He possibly couldn't be the one who killed everybody. I see. What are you doing out by Totus? I was following a man in black armor, and we saw your friend, and Totus burnt. The man in black, were you chasing him across the desert, trying to have a pavilier? I followed your parents. I should have been there to protect them. You knew my parents? Oh yeah, they're quite dead. Many years ago, your parents, Mint's mother, Meryl, and I were all good friends. Good friends. We were swingingly good friends, if you catch my drift. Probably know much more about them than you. And they're dead. My mother. Plus, do you know what happened to the pendant that Miguel kept? My father gave it to me when I turned 15. Please tell me you have it with you. No, it was stolen from me. I didn't even put up a fight. I was like, take it, whatever. No. It's okay. I was captured equal and a man in black armor took it away from me. What's so special about the pendant? Is it used as a time gate in order to go back in time because another company did this game already and we don't want to get sued? Tornix, it's all happening again. I don't believe this. Dot. Stay here. I've got to go to the mausoleum. The man in black is down there, isn't he? I have to find him and avenge my parents. Although I'm technically not strong enough and I need to level up more and make it a big training montage from the 80s, and then eventually I'll defeat him at the end. Why, Mr. Morrison, is it your brown-eyed girl? Like, please, my sister. You'd be able to help. You have no idea what we're really up against. I could tell you, but why not? We'll ignore that. You can't deny this. Had you ever bested your father with a blade? Well, no. Well, then you suck. There's no other way around it. And you have no hope of helping, I'm sorry. If I allowed something to happen to you, I could never face the memory of your parents again. And your sweet, sweet mother. She was hot. Alright, now what are we gonna do? I don't care what Tornix says, I'm going after the butcher that killed my sister. And my mother. Mi madre. Plus, you're quiet. What are you thinking? Was thinking the wheels on the bus go round and round. We promised each other we'd find the ones who destroyed our lives and make them pay? That was a question. Or have you forgotten already? More unnecessary swearing. Thank you to D-Jap. God damn it, Kless. Answer me. Please don't fight. Although later on they do put in the F-bomb in here, which is funny. Something about effing like a tiger. That's later on. I've seen a picture of it online. It's the fun thing of like of basically fan translations. Is Japanese is very contextual, as in it's not exactly what you say, but it's how you say it in a sentence, what gives words more of a meaning. Which is why you can have one word mean a whole bunch of different things, but it's how it's used in the sentence structure which gives it its proper context. So, like kuso or kus, like so, like that, basically like a swearing. And you'd see like translation groups just going, especially like for anime and stuff like that. I remember one which was Anbu Hokage was the name of the group. Or no, it was Anbu 1, not Anbu Hokage, but Anbu 1 back in the days, early days of Naruto translations. We're talking like 15 years, or about 10, 12 years before it became picked up in the United States. And like every other word they'd put in was a swear word because they were trying to be edgy, or they'd misunderstand the context of the sentence and just say like, oh, he said so, so, and it'd be like a swear. That's what he means, but it can mean anything like frustration or anger. Doesn't necessarily mean that you're swearing or anything. You're not saying manko or kinchin. Anything like that, they were using it in the sentence there, or what was it? I'm trying to think of the one there. Yeah, I'm not gonna use it because I remember the first part, but not the other part to it. But yeah, but it's basically like people who had like basic level Japanese understanding trying to translate and just adding swear words all over the place. So later on, DJAP literally says like one thing like, "Oh yeah, I like this person. They f like a tiger." It's like it's not what was actually said. I can guarantee that's not what they meant. Okay, so question mark, question mark, question mark says, "Wow, it's noisy in here. Tornix, are you ready for tea?" Master Tristan, you're alive. What are you doing here? I always come here for tea, hundreds of miles away from the house. What are you doing here? Pardon me. Well, so I see Tornix asked you to stay behind. Oh, by the way, how's your mother and father doing? They're dead. Tornix is such a self-important fool. He's full of himself because he's the one of the last wizards. Wizards? You're Meryl's daughter, aren't you? Wait a minute. You're Meryl's daughter, aren't you? Look a little bit like her. I'm sure someday you'll be just as beautiful. But right now, you look like you fell off the ugly tree, hit every branch, and then it fell right on you. Oof. Beauty is a light such a way, and so is a paper bag. How do all of you seem to know our parents? It's eerie. Do you really want to know? Yes, please. What do you mean not now? First, we have to avenge our families. Kless. Alright, Kless, that's more like it. Tristan, you'll need to upgrade your equipment at one of the local traveling merchants. When you're ready, there's a cave to the east of here. Meet me there. It's the music from the beginning. Huh? Chester, what is it, Kless? Oh no, I lost the earring. Where could have gotten to? Whatever, let's go. Alright, tactics. Not tactics, tactics. Let's have you go berserk. And form. Oh yeah, listen to those wonderful lyrics. Compressed audio and all. Like I said, this game is massive on the Super Nintendo, 6 megabytes. This song literally is 1,200 samples. My friend got his job? Okay, same conversation. No, sir, Mr. Morrison here. Would you like to buy something? Okay, so longbow will help. Let's go Saber. Saber, it's a slasher, so... And the music stops and it's awkwardly silent. Thanks. Okay, let's equip. Let's get rid of the audio delay. There we go. The fun of the retro tank, it works great, but OBS does not play well with it with a HD 60S Elgato. Okay. That reminds me real quick. Audio cues were reminding something real fast. VG Collect. Super Nintendo. I do have that. Cool. Okay. There we go. There's the music. I'm like, it's gotta come back, right? Yes, it will. Take a look at my games real quick. Can't quite see it because it's in the shadows. Let's grab a light. Heard me. No, I don't have where I can use it. Grab it. Okay. Let's see if it's behind here. Too many games, not enough space. Doom on the very bottom. Come on, light turned off. Okay, that answers your concern, because I looked up a game that I'm supposed to have in my collection. There it is. There it is. Alright, so I just saved. Everything is right in the world. For that, at least. Let's play a different game real quick, then I'm probably going to end the stream pretty soon, because I've been streaming for probably about 3 hours, I'd say. Yeah. So let me try this real quick. So let me just double check, make sure this is saved. Redundancy is always good. There we go. Let's see if this works without cleaning. If not, we'll just end it early, so we'll see. Give me 1 second. Haha! It does. Wow, this is a 1997 game? Wow, so even for a 1997 game, this is still pretty cheap. We're usually around $10 to $15. Most very late release games for Super Nintendo tended to be really high in priced. So I'm really surprised it's this low in price. Like $10, $15. It's kind of funny because they gave Arkanoid a story. 11th star done, 75.05 pulsar time. Our sensors have detected a stunning new Terra-class planet. I dispatched our scout ship, Vaus, to conduct initial colonization surveys. Our joy was short-lived. Easter Island figures, what? So I'm not sure who decided to give Arkanoid a story, but they did. No one will remain in their seats during the Arkanoid gameplay on Twitch. But you do get power-ups. It was originally called Breakout, wasn't it, I think? And this, I think, is lasers. Yeah! So I can shoot stuff. Which is nice, like, if you get, like a line you just can't quite reach, just shoot it. Which is very helpful. I think this is like a sticky one where, like, it lands on you and just stops. Yeah, this one's annoying to me. That amazing music! Mostly 3 tones. 4 maybe at the most. What are we doing for our music? Well, we're only going to have like 2 tunes. One at the very start of the game, and then the other one when a level starts. That's it. Oh no! Him is multi... Oh, nope, that was Meteor. Meteor is cool because it just rips through everything. It just, like, doesn't stop like it hits a block. It just keeps going through and breaks it. And the worst position to be in, the last block. You need to hit the destroy. There we go. I got the stupid catch one. Gold ones cannot be destroyed. Fetch actually had the game one time on emulator a long time ago actually get soft locked. Because, like, it just got, like, stuck up, like, one pattern up on the top. Like, it just kept bouncing on those gold ones. And, like, I even sped up the emulator, like, okay, let's speed this up, see if it ever gets loose. It never did. It just kept bouncing in the same perfect pattern over and over. Yay! Incomprehensible password. And with that... we have reached the end of the stream, so thank you very much for everybody for hanging out there. Of course, shout-outs to Nimix, Ronnie, and T. Wallace. And, of course, anybody else who may have been lurking. You guys are always cool. Oh, Molus, couldn't forget you. You also dropped by too. I haven't seen you in a while, so... thanks for hanging out and dropping by if you did that, if you're still not here. Or if you've been, not mean still not here, but you've been here and left, it's all cool. For anyone who is not aware, I tend to stream at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you don't know when that is, just go ahead and type that into Google, and it will tell you wherever you are in the world. If you're not following me here on Twitter, not Twitter, Twitch, my other T word there, you can check me out on Twitter at Wursel555. I do usually post up around 2 to 3 hours in advance if I'm going to be streaming and what it will be. So just kind of keep an eye on that here. If you feel like coming back to the stream, it's always cool. And as for my next stream, probably going to be another Bayonetta 2 speedrun. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep speedrunning or not speedrunning or just playing through casually Tales of Phantasia. My words are failing me at the very end of the stream, apparently. I do enjoy it, but it is kind of a grindy game. Maybe we'll find something else to play. I'm always open to suggestions, too, from you, the viewers. But for now, we're going to go through and just probably raid in Cap. I think he's wrapping up like a Bayonetta speedrun, Bayonetta 2 speedrun. So we will do that. So thanks for hanging out. Hopefully see you guys next time. I'm not sure if I'm going to be streaming tomorrow or not. Might be Wednesday, but we will see. Keep an eye on Twitter and check you guys next time.